in his Facebook group, The Good Life Challenge. And right now he asks, what can you do to work when you can't work in your business? What can you do to work on your business? So each business is in a different spot. So you need to discern where are you in your particular business. But here are a couple strategies that I would recommend as to my answer is how can you work on your business? The first is something I learned from Brian Tracy, and it's called back from the future type of questioning. So knowing what you now know, here's how it goes. Knowing what I now know, what would I have done differently in my business up to this point, right? Because in life and in business, generally in retrospect, hindsight is 2020, and we can say, man, had I known then what I know now, here's what I would have done differently. So right here in this day and age, this new chapter that we've all entered in this world economy, that is exactly where it's at due to the coronavirus right now on a slowdown, a shutdown, etc. Knowing what I now know, what would I have done differently? Knowing what I now know, what would I have done the same? Right? So what's worked and what would I have tweaked a little bit or not done at all? So looking in hindsight back on from starting your business up to this day and age, the most important question I would have you ask yourself is, knowing what I now know, what would I have done differently? And that's where you can begin working on being the architect of your business and putting the steps in place to proactively put those measures into place to work on your business moving forward. Another thing to consider is stepping back and asking, okay, who do I serve and how do I serve them? There's a statement in marketing and in the business world that says, how can you enter the conversation in your ideal prospects' minds? So, picturing who that ideal client of yours is. What are their concerns? What are their worries? What are their problems? What are their challenges? What are their difficulties that they're currently facing? What are the things that are keeping them up at night, specifically related to the company you have, the products and services that you have, and how you serve your clients? What is the conversation going on in your prospects' minds that you can express to them? And I understand what you're going through. I understand, what you're feeling, what your fears, your worries, your concerns are. And guess what? We have the solution to that problem right here. And just want to remind you, we're here when you need us. Right? How can you begin those conversations and share your messaging in a manner that enters the conversation in your ideal client's mind? That's another thing to consider. And then obviously the other thing to work on your business is clarity. There's a quote that says, lack of clarity is the root of all failure. Conversely, when you have clarity, that's the root of all success. So how to gain clarity is knowing how to tap into the Pareto principle. What are the 20% of activities that get you the 80% of the results? And what are the 20% of the 20% activities that give you 80% of that 20%? Two levels deep into the 80-20 principle. You need to know those very clearly because those are the absolute best use of your time for your company, for yourself, and you'd want to know what those answers are for each of your key employees and leaders as well. So that everybody knows the four questions that really help you fine tune what those are is, what do we need to start doing, do more of, do less of, and stop doing. And when you go through a certain process, you can really fine tune the answers to that. So you as the business leader will know what those questions are and what the answers to those questions are. And each of your key leaders and each of your key employees will also know for their particular role what are the answers to those four questions pertinent to them. What do I need to start doing? The answer is only one thing. You only start doing one thing that has the potential to 10x your current results. What do I need to do more of? Those are unique abilities, the things you can't outsource or delegate or get someone else to do, delegation. But they're your intellectual property that you must do. Those are your unique abilities, the 3 to 4 activities that are the absolute best use of your time. What do you need to do less of? Everything else that's not a unique ability. And with that new mindset and perspective, you now will know if you're doing those activities, how can you systemize it? How can you make a process out of it and still get the thing done, but not by you? And then what do you need to stop doing? Those are the things that are counter to the goals that you have, that are the time wasters, that are not anywhere in, they're not congruent with the goals that you have. And that can be, a wide range of things. Think of addictions, and not just alcohol, sex, drugs, but addictions such as Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, a whole host of other social media sites, dating sites, video games, you name it. In today's day and age, even the phone itself and specific apps on the phones that are getting your time and attention, which means that your time and attention is not going to the more important activities, which are the answers to what do you need to start doing and what do you need to do more of. So whatever that is for you is your own unique situation. You need to determine what is that's served its time and it's no longer serving me anymore. I need to stop doing that. And you could probably remove the word need. I'm choosing to stop doing that. And there you have it. How can you work on your business in these times where, in many cases, you can't work in your business? And the question is more specifically related to businesses that are forced to be closed. So you have the willingness and desire to have your business open. Your team is willing and desirous to be there working, yet throughout the world, they are not allowed to. So then that's time for you to regroup and position yourself as that architect of where you're going next. And hopefully these small answers help give you some clarity. But as you can see, there's 270 comments in this particular post. There are massively valuable answers in there that might be more pertinent to you. So I put the URL in the description. Go check out that post. Share your comments in there as to what you feel you can do to work on your business in times when you can't necessarily work in your business, and also gain some other insights from the 270 plus comments that are already there. My friend Nisande and his community is fantastic. I've been fortunate to speak on several of his stages in the Netherlands with thousands of people in the audience, and he is a tremendous business owner as well as a tremendous teacher. And I would highly recommend go check it out and participate. Share your comments, read the comments, gain some value, and together we will pull through this. I hope all is well wherever you are in the world seeing this. One step and one day at a time, we will persevere. We will come through the other side of this. And my hope is we come through stronger and better when it's all said and done. All right, talk with you soon. Make today great.